Hi guys, gals and non-binary pals, welcome back to Budget with Ira. If you never clicked on one of my videos before, I'm one half of a British couple who earn a modest living working in retail. I budget here every week on YouTube because me and my boyfriend have a couple goal. Our end goal is to pay off all our debt by July 2022 so we can fund our dream of owning our first home together. If you'd like to know exactly how much debt I'm in and how I'm going to pay it off, I'm going to link that in the cards. If you watched a couple of videos but haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. It is 100% free. It's also 100% optional, so if you decide not to, there's absolutely no pressure. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching today. In today's video, we're setting up June 2021's budget. We don't have a tremendous amount happening in June, but I'm trying to pay off a load of debt at the moment, so I'm going to try and do it as lean as I possibly can. So if you'd like to know how I get my income and turn it into a budget, please keep on watching. Okay, so this is the foundation of June's budget. I've done this digitally. If you'd like to know how I made this, I'm going to link that in the cards. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to enter my income, the bills that I need to pay for, the debt I need to pay, how I'm going to separate a little bit of cash, and hopefully we should end up somewhere near a reasonable budget for June. I've made some stickers so I can have some headers so you can see how I'm putting that in as well. Let's start with income. Okay, so it probably would have been a good idea to measure that all out. So I've left 3 slots for income this pay period. First one is for income 1, which is my income. Income 2, which is my boyfriend's, and potentially there may be a bit of rollover from May's budget. We both get paid on the same day every 4 weeks because we both work for the same company but in different locations. So our pay date is the 4th. I'll normally get about 2,050 and he'll get 1,200 every 4 weeks, which is about 3,250. This pay period is quite unique in the fact that it's the same as February. So June and February's pay, because they start very early in the month and end towards the end of the month, I actually end up paying for every single bill this period. So normally, where my bills are every month and my pay periods are every 4 weeks and I get paid 13 times a year, normally I won't have to pay for every single bill in every single pay period. But June and February I do. So this one's going to be a tight one. So I've gone through in my bill section and I've put through all of my bills that come through along with the date. So the first bill comes out on the 4th and the last bill will come out on the 1st. I have 2 variable spends here, which mean that they can come out at any point in the month. It's just up to me. They're not technically bills, but I do consider them a bill because they do come out every single month. And then I like to put an unbudgeted category right at the bottom just to make sure that I'm accounting for everything in my bill. So my bills altogether come up to 1,642.7 this pay period, which is quite a lot more than normal, but it's not that much more. So for my debt payments for June, me and my boyfriend agreed that every single pay period we will always pay £900 to debt no matter what. I have 3 bills here for the car 2, car 1 and loan that will always be the same and will always come out on specific days every single month. So what will normally happen is I will pay the minimum on my store card, which is about £35, and then the overdraft fee will come out, which is about £10, and then whatever's remaining will go towards the credit card. Let's move over to cash envelopes. So I stuffed 5 cash envelopes. So what we put down for last month seemed to work, so I'm just going to go with the same numbers again because they're actually quite reasonable. So for my spending and my boyfriend's spending, I'm going to do £100. Petrol 1, which is my car, £100 is sufficient. His car needs a little bit more, so we put in £120. Groceries always has and always will be £200 because it's normal. And £50 probably wasn't enough for social, but that's really all we can afford at the moment. So we're going to go for another £50. So if I've done my maths correctly, that should all come up to £670. Yeah, £670. Okay, let's move over to the next page. Okay, so we're now moving on to our sinking funds. So these I will normally stuff with cash and save them at home, and I'll usually put them in this. So these are my sinking funds. So the first sinking fund is Amazon Prime, and this has currently got £40 in it. I'm going to budget to put £10 in there. Amazon, we put £10 in every pay period until we've got £80 so that it's ready for an £80 bill in November. Birthdays is mine and my boyfriend's birthday. That's currently got £100 in there, and I'm not going to plan to put anything in there. Even though both of our birthdays are in July, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford to put any more into my sinking funds for birthdays. Car is for my car. I'd like to be able to pay for the balloon knot at the end of the car payment. At the moment, I have £100 in there, and I'm not going to currently budget anything to put in there. Christmas is self-explanatory. I'd like to have around £600 for Christmas. There's currently £100 in there, and I'm not going to commit to anything at this point. Emergency fund. This is our priority after the credit card is paid off. So there's currently nothing in there. Holidays, there is £100 stowed away for that. Medical, this is for my boyfriend. He needs a specific medicine every 8 weeks. So we put away £5 every 4 weeks, and then when he gets to £10, he takes the money out and buys his medication. So last month he bought his medication, so there's actually £0 in there, and I'm going to budget to put £5 in. Silhouette is for a silhouette machine that I'd like to purchase so that I can do some great things with my business. There's currently £100 in there, and I'm not going to commit to putting anything more in there this month. The last one is for water, and this is our water bill. We put £25 in every single month so that it gets to the point where it can afford a £150 water bill every 6 months. There is currently £100 in, and I'm going to budget £25 to put in. Now, I'm going to leave these blank because when I actually get my income, there might be a little bit extra that I can actually put into these. Let's close this off. Okay, so now we are at the end of our June budget, so we're going to consolidate everything and make sure that everything comes in online. So our first one is income, and I'm projecting this to be $3,250. And then the next line is what we'll take away from the $3,250, which should give us our end budget number. Bills will be $1,642.47. Our debt payments will be £900 exactly. Our cash envelopes will be £670. Our sinking funds will be £40 at this point. If we do have extra money and put more in, it will go into the actual column. And then savings, we're not planning anything. So when we get the $3,250, we take away bills, debt, cash envelopes, sinking funds and savings. That leaves me with minus £2.47. I'm not going to do any magical rejigging of the budget or anything at this point because that $2.47 may come in, so I'm not going to be too concerned about it at the moment. So there we have June's budget. It's quite tight, there's not a lot of room for movement, but I've just had a really comfortable month in May when I got my bonus. I'm really comfortable with what my spends are going to be. The only thing I'd like to have is a little bit more into the different sinking funds because we made a really good start on them. Okay guys, gals and non-binary bands, thank you so much for getting to the end of this video. If you haven't yet subscribed and you've got to the end, you obviously like the content, why don't you just go ahead and subscribe? Absolutely no pressure though, because subscribing is 100% optional. The next video I publish here on Budget with Ira is likely going to be May's check-in 4, which is the last week of the May budget, where I consolidate everything and let you know how my money's gone. We had a huge debt repayment last month, so it has been kind of tight even though we've been flush with cash, if that makes sense. I'd just like to highlight one of the comments that I got last week. It really touched me and it really affirmed what I'm doing here, so thank you so much for that comment. Anyway, I'm waffling now. Until the next video, guys, gals and non-binary pals, thanks so much for watching. Bye!